Oh, right. I have the M key set for muting. Haha. Okay. Well, you're probably going to hear a lot of these keyboard sounds going on. There's a great need that I have for a much quieter keyboard. So, let's see if I've set this up right. Hey, there we go. Okay. Hi, everyone. How's it going? This is a little bit of an impromptu stream. I didn't really expect to do this, but a few hours ago I decided, hey, you know what? Let's give this a try. I got to record a bunch of stuff that doesn't need voiceover, and I've got this set, so everything should come through on the stream. So you should be able to see a little thing in the bottom right corner there that's labeled as camera account. That's actually my laptop footage. So that's going to be mainly the thing that's going to be used for the video that I'm recording for, which reminds me I should probably actually set that to be recording. There we go. We have full draw on the system. I have multiple things recording now, so there we go. Oh, Phaedra, you posted it in Kurzar's Discord. Thank you. Hopefully he's okay with that. I always feel a little guilty when people are calling me out in his chat. I'm like, I'm in his Discord. This is his house, but thank you all the same. So I think we should get right into this. So this will just be a little bit of building in creative. I do have a little man floating there. That's going to be the camera account. Yeah. So we're going to be building two versions of the boiler room. This one here is going to be the big full version, and then we're going to have a smaller one that, honestly, most of this water is just going to go away. But some of this stream might have some slow spots, as I'll be setting up shots, and won't be doing too much visually on the big screen here. Oh, recent updates on this one. Let's see. So, Helpful Neko, howdy, meowdy, yeah. Any recent updates on this one? So, are you talking about the boiler room itself? This is the newest version of the boiler room. It does take into account the changes from drifters no longer being able to be blocked by stones. So it's going to be a little bit better. You're going to be safe in this one. Unlike the other two, where like there was still a chance, even when they couldn't spawn on stones, they could still kind of spawn in on the block of air right above it. This mitigates all of that. This is safe. You won't. Ooh, you won't die on my watch this time. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed the video. That was. I did not expect the overwhelming kind of attention that video got. There's a chicken around here. So I'm quite pleased. Quite pleased. Let's pick out a little block palette here. Oh yeah, the walking on the gravel around it, perfectly fine. Down in an earlier round, the game itself. Yeah, there's been there's been some small updates in 1.19. 1.20 is coming. Q4 of this year. 1.20, that we're going to have mounts. We're going to have a whole bunch of stuff. They actually just put out a devlog update today. We're going to be able to ride elk. But yeah, with the hot springs here, effectively touching the water is painful. I'm in creative, so I can do whatever I want. But normally, yeah, touching the water will hurt you. Also to the point where it's a little tricky to pick up items. Because if you're taking damage, you can't actually grab items. So, it can get a little bit dicey. But let's pick out a little block palette here. I might be ever so slightly scatterbrained while I'm doing this. I'm very used to doing multiple takes as I'm just recording video. So I'm going to be trying to keep up with chat, do some things on here, keep, 20 different things going on at once, kind of straighten my mind. So, for demonstration purposes, I think something dark just for the theme, but also a polished block so we've got some edges. It'll make it easier to see the dimensions, especially when it's getting pointed out. There'll be graphics in the final video, but this is going to be helpful. Also, I have no idea how long of a delay there is between what I'm saying and what you all see. I think it's 20 seconds, but it could be a little longer. There we go. So, I have to set up. I got to get into my recording mindset here. So, there'll be a couple times where I'll sound a little bit further away because my laptop is off to the other side of where the microphone is. I'll be setting up these shots. Now, I know it's a little tiny and tough to see on that small screen down in the corner, but that's basically, I'm going to be using the cinematic camera, so like dot cams, space P to add a point, and basically just kind of setting up these nice sprawling shots. And you can see kind of in that camera there, I can't see the person, the other account, until it stops doing its thing. So I have to kind of check over at the laptop in between these. All right, Donbert, you have a good night. I'll probably, I'll leave the VOD up. It's going to be a little bit of a sneak peek. A lot of the main footage in this is going to get used in the actual build tutorial video. But yeah, thanks for coming out. Didn't expect a good number of people to be in here. I thought it was, a slow Thursday night. Oh. Ooh, you be lurking. Hey, Liminal. I'm doing pretty good. I'm just setting up a shot here. So while I'm setting up these shots, there might be a couple points where I get a little bit quiet. I'm kind of just thinking of what I want the scene to look like. And basically just planning out shots. I mean, if you have any questions, I know there's been a lot of comments in some of the videos about asking how I come up with different builds and such. And I mean, this isn't so much a build, but I guess it is a build. I'm making a build, but also how I put together the shots here and kind of recreate replay mod almost, just in 30,000 more steps than what replay mod would have. Yeah, Mk3, it's a very much a groany boy destruction. think get a starts right about there. Out to there. There we go. And I'm going to set that for 360 seconds. That's what, 6 minutes? So that way, I can just kind of build here. So, you need the area of water here to be 5 by 5. So we got 5 there. So this is the same one that I had built in the Eisenholm series. So it's pretty much the same if you've already watched that episode. Let's see. I'm going to do some packed dirt because I'm going to need to mark this out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do have to count a lot of things sometimes. Oh, did I already screw that up? Oh, I hope I didn't already do a mistake. No, no, I need 5 by 5. No, we're good. We're good. There we go. Thinking and talking at the same time make my brain don't work so good. Let's just replace all of the outer blocks with more of that sludgy gravel just to kind of keep everything outside. Minecraft looks pretty good now. Oh, wait. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said the word. Uh-oh. I did it. Uh-oh. That pig is getting a little dangerously close. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Pamela, this explains how I do the videos of fast building structures. Yeah, it's a lot of cinematography. And, I did, you know, I never learned how to count well. That's the key. So for the main boiler room, we've got this area of water here, and then right in the center, there we go, and so basically where the packed dirt is, that is basically going to be the spot where drifters will be funneled down. And these are all going to be the water sources that'll then funnel them down into their little death slots. There we go. I'll just kind of fly out of frame while the little cinematic shot is still there. And basically at that point in the video, I'll probably put a little overlay on there just to have, you know, showing the 5 by 5 little like numbers and floaty things. Make it a little bit easier for a visual guide if somebody's like stopping and starting the video. Wobbly, yes, I know it's the that other block game. Sorry, I've got a bit of a potty mouth. Sometimes I say bad words like the MC word. Getting rid of the algae here doesn't really matter. I'm just cleaning up the edges. Try to say ends and edges at the same time. Oh, guys, words are hard. Okay. So I think that shot, I've got everything I need from that. So this is where I'm going to do a little. I'm going to try a little fancy trick. Oh, hey Adam, how's it going? Oh man, you're still sick? Dude, stop drinking milk. Bad for you. Money for the swear jar for naming the other block game. Oh, I don't have any change. Sorry. So, how I hopefully you can still kind of hear me while my back is turned to the microphone and I'm a little bit of a distance. This shot here. I have to make sure I don't move the mouse because I need the end point of the shot to match up exactly to the start point of this next shot. I've added my first camera point. Ooh. Out a little ways. Add another point right there. About here. So I'm going to be going down under the ground to have a little bit of an X-ray shot from the camera's point of view. So when I'm digging the chamber out down below, it'll just kind of appear. What's the mod to make your character look at the camera? It's not a mod necessarily. It is a console command. So on, oh man, I can't remember it off the top of my head. It's something like config create look at camera bool look at camera true. If you look on the Vintage Story wiki, there's actually in the list of commands, if you look it up, there is actually the whole command string there. It's a long one, and I can never remember it off the top of my head. I'm just glad that once you do it, that that setting will stay, and it'll stay across multiple games, unless you go in and retype it, but change the true to false so you stop looking at the camera. But it's a nice, neat little trick. I don't know why it's not a little checkbox in the settings. It should be. Develop a mod with voice recognition. If you mention the unmentionable, drifters spawn and stone you. Oh no. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I said the word. I deserve it. But that's okay. That's why I'm building this. The drifters can't get me once I've built this. Then I'll get them. Let's do a 15-second cut of that clip there. It's just gonna sloop down under the ground there. Oh, Yarrow, can't you make your character look at the camera with F5? F5 will put you into third person that doesn't have you turn around. So, like, I'm going from normal here, F5, I will turn facing the direction of the camera. Then this F5, normally your character will just stand there looking straight ahead from wherever they're standing. This whole face following the camera bit, that's actually from a console command. Hello, little Cappy. Welcome to the stream. So, from other shot. So a lot of this, as I said, is just kind of setting up shots. Moving a very small amount for this next little shot here, but I'm going to set it to, I don't know, 10 minutes worth of that footage just to move that small amount. So it'll effectively, with the previous shot that I just did, I know it's in a tiny little window in the corner, it's hard to see, but that will have the camera kind of go from that aerial top-down view, slide on down underground rather quickly in comparison, and then just ease into that slow transition. So there's still a bit of movement to the frame, but it's not going anywhere out of the shot that I'm looking to get. So if I start that for 600 seconds, that should give me the amount of time I need to dig down. Oh no, I didn't replace these blocks. I'm pretty much just digging out this chamber here. Joshua, thank you. There's a lot of maybe extra thought that goes into this just from planning out shots, and especially any of the time lapses. The time lapses take a good deal longer than if I was just building them normally. Okay, now let's make sure. Have I done this correctly? So that is going to be the wall there. But that is... Alright. And that is going to be where my packed dirt is. Okay. I just gotta dig this whole thing out. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is the entirety there. Good thing I'm in creative, or that would have hurt me. But yeah. This version of the boiler room is quite a bit simpler design. Ooh. Than some of the other ones have been. Let's actually... Yeah, let's actually get rid of all of this kind of dirt and sludgy gravel around the edges and make it look nice. Or at least visually consistent with the theme. You know, this is a video for demonstration purposes after all. So, best to make it look somewhat presentable and not just like the minimum viable product. So that, yes. So that's that outer trim that I put in up above. Yeah, and then this whole segment right now of just digging this out and filling it in is probably going to account for 5 or 10 seconds of the final video. And that's just kind of how it goes with a lot of the build montages. There's other spots that I've been filming in, not necessarily in this world, but there's another map that I've got where I filmed the Temporal Institute stuff, and I'm going to be incorporating some of that into the actual build tutorial video. So I built a cross-section that those of you in the Discord, you've seen that cross-section shot, where I'll have a little bit of a rundown of this is how it works kind of thing. And then after that, it's going to fade into this whole portion here of building it is actually just going to be a tape playing on a projector screen in the office. And then the little story I built around it was that someone at the Temporal Institute hired somebody to go into Agorest Industries, the company that designed the boiler room, and steal their designs, or at least steal their employee training video. Okay, so I believe that needs to be filled in. Yes. Oh yeah, it's the third version of the boiler room that you've seen. This one is actually the exact same one that I built in Eisenholm. This is still the version 3. This is just basically going through for a step-by-step tutorial. The version 1 and 2, those were a good deal more complicated. They took a lot more resources, a lot more space. And they weren't fully reliable, I might have to admit. There was a little bit of safety concern. Okay, so there. This pig is going to boil himself alive at some point. That's a sow. Okay, she's going to boil herself alive at some point. Okay. Digging out the bottom is complete. So, time to set up for another shot. We're going to... I'm going to need to do some chiseling. I need to make the little glass viewing ports. And for some reason, I know with the Chisel Tools mod, there's supposed to be a little archive or a little thing that you can do. I'm going to need a chiseled block first of all. You can look at any sort of saved designs that you've got. But I cannot get it to work for the life of me. It opens it up. It does not give me a chance to save anything. Where is a chisel? Let's just grab one of them here. Steamed pork. Steamed hams. Let's add a quartz glass to there. So, resemble life. What was wrong with the Mark II? Well, a few things. Namely that the spawning mechanics for drifters changed in 1.19.3. So now they can just spawn on top of stones. So stoning the inside doesn't really work. I mean, technically, that design would still properly function if on the entirety of the inside you add a 2 voxel thick layer of any sort of chiseled material to the ceiling inside, if it's only 2 blocks tall, just to bring it down by 2 voxels, and then add wooden path just on all the floors. Technically it would work still. But this one's just more compact. This version here will be the same interior footprint, but water-wise will just be one side. So it's a safer version of it, because it's basically just going to be a little space here on top of the chests we're going to have here. We'll have the little chiseled walls for our carving slots. And we're basically just going to have a trapdoor right above our head. Little wooden path there. It's going to be good. So, what was I doing? Right. I need more tools here. I need the hand planer. I made the mistake of starting with the exterior trim block. Let's just... There we go. Change those guys out there. And these are the exact same design they've pretty much been for all the other versions of the boiler room, where it's just going to be 3 voxels thick. Without the Chisel Tools mod, 3 voxels thick is a pain to do. But I find it's the right combination of, like, it's thick enough to stop the water, and it's still thin enough that you can actually see what's going on underneath. Oh, through the slot. Sorry, I'm thinking of the chiseling and what I've got to do, and my brain just kind of shuts off a little bit. Let's get down under there. All right. We're gonna pop ourselves on a little bit of trim here. There we are. Now, with the pantograph, there is an option where if you're looking at a chiseled block here, and you press P, it's supposed to open up your portfolio. And in this portfolio, if you have a block copied, actually, you know what? Let's try and copy something here. Yeah, let's take a picture of that. Now, normally, there's supposed to be a window right in here that shows all of the different things that you've already copied. But along the left side here, you're supposed to see a window where what you currently have copied has an option to then save it into your portfolio. I don't know if I've got this in here wrong. I've checked with Quentin, and he said, you know, that's as simple as it is. It does what it says on the tin. So I don't know if I'm just doing something completely wrong. There's only so many ways I can press P. And so right now, I am just building out the top here. This is going to come up by 3. That way, we've got our little 2 voxel overhang that we're going to have, which I'll show you in a second here once we get this on. Get that there, and we bring that out just a little bit, just to make it easier to put the 2 voxels on there, and then we can just slap that back in there. Slap that back out. So I don't necessarily need a cinematic shot of building these chiseled bits. How to get it to copy both sides at once? Basically with, can I do a, let's see, I'll just make a copy and put it over here. So, because these are the same material and at the same height, if I put it, if I take one slat away, it's going to do everything that was at that vertical height. Same with, if I put them back, they go back, and then the quartz kind of goes down. There's a few different options with the, what is this, the hand planer. So we've got remove any material. That's just going to take off literally everything. It doesn't care if it's the same or different material. And then it just, when you put things back, it's only a whole sheet of that one material. Here, remove matching material. That's going to only do the shape and the type of material that you have clicked on, right? So makes it a little bit nicer, a little bit easier to get clean distinctions between your different chiseled materials. And then add remove island mode. This is actually something new they put in, just the most recent version, where that will just do the one side. So if these two are not connected, it won't do both. So there is an option to be able to do that now. Before, it was just the first two options. But yeah. With that, we've got our little safety hood. Let's thin that down a little bit. That just makes it easier to carve out our viewport. Right, so as I was saying for this, I don't need to get cinematic footage necessarily of putting these together, because I've got a little graphic overlay that I've made, and I'll be putting that onto the screen during the video, so it should give the exact voxel dimensions for how to chisel it, and hopefully it'll be easier than staring at zoomed in semi-transparent quartz glass for, I don't know, 3.5 minutes. Ooh. Oh boy. Glass is tricky to see. Oh, no worries, no worries. Quentin's tools, they're super useful. It does have a bit of a learning curve. That's for sure. But once you get the hang of it, oh, they save you so much time. And there we go. Okay. Nice. So, down below, I will get... I think I'll just make the different versions that I need up here, so I'll make the corners that I need. And then that way when I get the shot for down below of putting them in, it's just going to be a nice quick little thing of pop them in, rotate with the chisel, and Bob's your uncle. Get these floating up. I always find chiseling is easier when it's floating up off the ground, even if I'm flying above it. I just find that extra buffer to the ground helps for if I gotta get underneath it or something. Ooh. Oh, Pam, you're going to try the Eisenhome kitchen cabinets. Those are some nice cabinets. They're not too complex of a design, but they're just complex enough to look nice. Ooh. Dead letter, thank you. Might have reignited your love of vintage story. And sometimes you just need to bring a little bit of that automation in there. Some of that that other block game spirit. I know in the first Boiler Room video there is a comment from someone who I guess really just doesn't like the idea of doing anything automated or anything remotely in the style of the other block game. They weren't too happy about it, but I mean, you know, not everyone's gonna like everything. So let's see, we're gonna add... So we're going to want to add the shape. So we'll add that shape to each one of these. So yeah, that's as simple as it is for getting getting that back on there. There we go. Hey. Ooh, Linz. So the boiler room is, I guess there's some parts that coincidentally resemble regular drifter pit traps, but I didn't see anyone using hot water, so I actually kind of came up with the design. I mean, I guess mostly on my own. I don't know how much I might have been influenced by just water mechanics from the other block game, and seeing, I can't remember who it was. It might have been the Odd Ape. Who had just a regular drifter trap. that was using regular water. But yeah, just figured out that the water didn't ruin loot tables when things died in it. So I was like, that's a pretty handy little mechanic. Ooh, kingfish. How's it going over there in Nova Scotia? You're on the opposite end of the world from me. Used to be a BC boy there, eh, bud? Right, what am I doing? I'm setting up my shot for down below. Okay. Let's grab that. And there we go. The other block game. So it's I think it's just a running community joke. I don't know. We all know what the other block game is. It's the world's biggest open secret. Or I guess the block world's biggest open secret. I don't know. I guess one person said it as a joke, and now it's just kind of happening. Oh, I think I see. You guys talking about when I sit on my stove? So I'm just gonna place these in here temporarily. Wait, no, I don't need to do that. I could just put the chests in here. What am I thinking? Now, as long as I don't search for something that has an M, I won't accidentally mute my microphone. If I just stop talking for a while, but I'm moving around as if I am, just scream at me. Ooh, A6. Hey, glad you're liking the Eisenhome series. 30 minutes in. Oh, yeah, I fell in the hole. That was a dangerous first night, let me tell you. That I was just getting used to doing like live play again, or recording the dialogue as a see how bad I am at it right now. I can't even think words and play a game. But yeah, I was so used to just doing scripts for things and recording just voiceover after the fact that I could not really think and move at the same time. And it was a bad first night. I fell down that hole. Broke my ankles. Didn't want to go that way. So I think for that, I'm going to want a subtle on the little camera count there. I'm going to want a subtle zoom on that. Point. A little bit closer. There we go. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna remove those just so I can get those on the proper thing, in the proper recording. There we go. Yeah. Getting these all put in place. There we are. Oak tree, yeah, a lot of streams where yeah, where some common words are banned. I don't know if I'd ever ban the other block game word. You know, it holds a special place in a lot of our hearts. It's just it's foreboding. Iron fence. Ooh, yeah. Let's do that. Okay. Not expecting that to be as loud as it is. Oh boy. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's a bit rainy on the East Coast. Yeah, it's been on and off raining out this way. We need more rain though. The Rockies are on fire. Another shot over. I've got my own body in the way up top here. There we go. Think actually be able to do a cool little twirly bit here. I put camera point like so. Then I kind of just twist. $120, but we'll get everything prepped. What do I need? I need a path. Wooden path block. Need a trapdoor. I need some ladders. And we'll get rid of that because I'm also going to need more of the slate rocks. Okay. Yeah, Joshua, exploration mode is pretty good for if you just want to vibe, you don't want to get eaten by a bear in character creation. Jumping on top of the quern. Is that how you say it? Is it a quern? I think that's right. That should hopefully oh, I'm in the way. Okay, this is gonna be one of those moments where I've ruined my own shot, so I gotta redo it. Also, setting that sequence for 120 seconds was way too long. Yeah, that's try that at like 60. Double the speed. And maybe start me down below already. So I can just kind of stealthily add that in. Okay. Let's give that a try. That's not too bad. Okay. If, now I... So, once this is in place, like, you're kind of stuck crouching. I don't know if I can even get the camera far enough away. I can't. Oh, kind of. That is there. Yeah, you can see there on the little camera. Man, it looks like I'm in prison. Hi. Yeah, I can stand and everything once once I'm out of there. But the second I close the trapdoor, if I crouch, I'm stuck crouching. I'm not holding anything right now. There's not much room, but here where we've got just the 2 voxels, we're okay. Trapdoors are 3 voxels thick, and that's kind of the reason why I initially went with 3 on these. I was planning on having trapdoors up top, but fences do a little bit better job of security, because drifters, when they die, they all become 1 block tall, so they're gonna stay out there until they die, and then the water will just push them right to our carving chamber. I would extend the ladder, however, then it gets in the way for over here, because I'd want to be able to stand exactly in the center. Otherwise, if I'm standing right up to the glass here, the hot water touching it, I'll actually be close enough that the game will sometimes calculate that I'm touching the boiling water. It's not good. Then you start taking damage. Plus, standing right here can put you in range for a drifter that's standing out there to just smack you through this little hole. So it's useful for carving through, but it goes both ways. So standing right in the middle here, unless a crawler somehow gets down here, but they're usually, if I'm not mistaken, their hitbox is a little bit wider than 1 block. So they're just up top, crawling around, boiling alive until they expire, and then they also become 1 block, and they'll just float right on down. But otherwise, like, a crawler's the only thing that could get right up to the window and still hit us right here. But up here, I believe it is time to start building up the exterior. Yeah, trapdoors. Luckily for this, you can have a... Oh, my mouse. All right, guys, we're going to go for a little bit of a fly here for a second. And a little bit of fuzz stuck in the laser of the mouse. With it being 2 blocks, we can easily just jump and get on the ladder. But what we're going to want is, with it being here, this trapdoor, it does actually make where our head is a non-spawnable space. Because, like, drifters, if you get a crawling drifter, they just need a 1x1 air block. That's it. So, even though we got wood path here, if there wasn't anything right here, if we just had no trapdoor and it was just ladders going up, we could have a crawler spawn right inside our head. Not fun. No bueno. But okay. Let's see. We're good. We're a decent chunk of the way there. So those are already in place down below. We're just going to do the up above. Just got to build the exterior stuff up top. Down below is all sorted. Except for letting the water in, but that's kind of the last step. There is a mod. I think the mod still is around, Pamela, that actually makes trapdoors act as ladders. It should be around. I never saw it get taken off the mod list, but not gonna lie, I haven't really looked for it myself, because it can be handy, depending on your design. It's very situational. What? Oh. For the camera points on the camera count. Sun be. Get the best lighting here. Go with. Right. Shifted the mouse at the last moment. Go right there. And so it's two very close points for that little camera account. So two very close points, and we're just going to set it for a long time, just like a lot of the other shots, to have that very subtle zoom in. It will be a little less subtle when we speed up the footage. A Heracross? What's a Pokemon doing in here? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be making it a regular thing necessarily, doing a bunch of live streams. I might. There's a lot of times when I'm recording, I mean, just for episode 12 of Eisenhome, making a bunch of shovels and digging a whole bunch of dirt for entirely too long, to the point where I start losing my sanity a little bit. Those would probably be great times, honestly, to live stream, especially since for this, the recording is not going to have any of the stream overlay stuff. So like the camera account overlay at the bottom, my voice, none of that's going to be in the recording, just the game and the background music. Well, no background music, because that's, I want the little block tippy tap sounds when I'm placing them. So I might have to, if I do make streaming a regular thing, I'll probably have to do a little bit of finagling to get music in here somehow without it being caught in the recordings. Oh man, wolves are always going to be scary until you get some good armor, and even then, just the trauma of past devourings of your body. Yeah, and bears are going to be a threat for, I mean, almost ever until you get what, full plate. 480 seconds of a very slow zoom in. And we're going to build this up. We're going to make this easy. Yep, we're going to lock the y-axis. Oh wait, I don't need... I only need 2 above. Okay. Yeah, let's... I'm gonna reset up that shot. I've had to do this a couple times, even just filming the Eisenhome series, of completely, mostly in the build time lapses, like messing something up and then having to redo it. It feels like such a silly thing, but it's you know, that little extra detail. Start the shot there, even though it's a slow zoom in. I probably could have just done a pickup from where I had been, but that's okay. Sometimes you just gotta do a take 2. And just for sake of ease of things getting into the boiler room, we're just going to do a little ring of blocks around her. There we go. And that'll give the drifters a little pathway to step up into it when we test this thing out in a temporal storm at the end. Okay, a door. Let's do. Probably gonna go for a similar design as what we had in Eisenholm, except I'm gonna do an aged sleek door. And get that aged pane. Aged pane. Know all about that. I was actually using a back roller right before getting on here to start the stream. Just having my bone xylophone of a body going. I am going to chisel this down strictly for cosmetics. Now, should I fully decorate and chisel this thing out as the obelisk that was pretty well voted on to be the design in the Eisenholm series? Should I just do the chiseling on this one, or leave this as kind of like a box for this tutorial video? Because that's all this is ever going to be used for. I'm never going to see this again after the video. Okay, new shot. So go. Just a box. And then add a big scary Sauron eye. I mean, I could. Do we just want a big old glowing red eye at the top? Actually, wait a minute. We're in creative. What do we have access to? We got some of that crazy stuff from the Temporal... Or not the Temporal Institute. What am I talking about? The Resonance Archive. We got some of the big machines. We could stick the gasifier on there. Get a guy complaining about shoveling coal into it. Could put a big old gearbox, a concentric amplifier core. I mean, look at this. Look at this thing. We can... There's not enough space. How much space does this thing need? What does it mean, not enough space? You know what? I'm not going to try it. If that's saying outside is not enough space, I don't want to know how big it is. Yeah, we could put one of these guys on there. That's beefy. That looks a little out of place. Stick, Hi, I'm boiling the boiler room. And, yeah. I'm like the knockoff Darth Vader. Duke, I'm your cousin. Search your feelings. You know it's probably accurate. Vader from Wish. Ooh, I could do a lava block for a glowing eye. Now, if it's any indication of how much delay there is, the suggestion for the glowing eye, I think, just popped up. Maybe not. Maybe I got distracted doing the weird discount Darth Vader. But there is definitely a good delay. So, let's see. Well, we'll decorate the top of this after. I'm gonna get the shot of popping in these good old trapdoors around the sides. That's what's gonna trick the AI of the drifters into walking into the hot wawa. There we go. There. Yeah, so pretty much just put all these trapdoors right around the edges. And that's just gonna trick them into thinking that there's walkable spaces, identical to how it works in the other block game. So they can change the AI to avoid hot water as much as they want. I still watched a chicken walk, like, wholeheartedly, just straight into it. In one of the worlds I was looking through when trying to find one with a double pit. Or a double hot spring right next to each other. There we go. And I think the next step there is, oh man, yeah, no, that's just breaking the dirt blocks. Well, Mr. Jonas, you are not good with computer. I am, sorry, tech support is down the hall. This is, Builders Anonymous. There we go. We break that dirt. Water starts flowing down below. And, gonna get ourselves... Oh. Yeah. Yeah, the chiseling's holding the water. We're good. We're good. It's time to decorate, eh? Oh, for sure. Your chickens are all, yeah, most chickens. Is that that's turkeys that'll drown if it rains, right? They'll just kind of look up. I feel like chickens in this game are kind of the same. I saw a hen and a rooster walking around somewhere over there. No, don't get distracted. I'm doing a build. Gotta rein myself in sometimes. There they are, though. There they are. I see you. Just bobbing his head along like nothing. Hey. See, this would be great if we were playing in survival and we needed this. Got some resin on trees right nearby. So. Is this close enough for just the red eye of Sauron? Or should I actually do a real... something real up top there? Like, I could try chiseling out to make it look like a steampunk boiler or something. Oh, we're missing a Rotwalker mask in the water? I can change that. There it goes. Ah. I wonder how deeply upsetting those Rotwalker segments might be to some people. Because, like, I found Salad Fingers to just be a very intriguing series, but I know for some people it was, I don't know, maybe a little scarring.
But it's just such a fun voice to do. After all, we all need a little bit of rest in our lives.
Oh, what? Why can I not face the camera while I'm in C? That's silly. Where is... Oh, there we go. Yeah. Put a lantern on it. I could put a lantern. You know what? Yeah, I should have... Yeah, we should have some form of light source. You know what we can do? Let's do that. Let's just make this guy one block taller. This is fine. This is fine. And a lantern. Where? Let's go with black bronze. Feels like it's fitting. There we go. And then pop the Eidolon head back on. Let's make it face straight on there. Yeah. Kind of wanna chisel down the sides just a little bit. Just so it's kind of like his cloak just billowing down. I think we'll go very rough with this. This is not gonna be pretty, but just something funny. Salad Fingers is iconic. No way for it to scar and horrify everyone. Yeah, I mean, Salad Fingers was just a good time. Just good old creepy early, well, not early, I guess mid to late Newgrounds fun. Oh, Joshua, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely, that's where it's from. It's also, I used the Salad Fingers voice for a D&D character. So, I got real used to using that voice for a long time. Oh, great, I'm stuck in the chiseling position. Help. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. I had Chiseler arm. Yeah, so I spent probably a good few dozen hours just doing the Salad Fingers voice once a week. It was certainly a time. Hey, let's set this up for uh thank you. Salad Fingers is one of the best voices. It's one of. Yeah, I can make it night so we can see the light. Let's do that real quick here. That is gonna. My microphone was muted. I don't know how long it's been muted. Can I do a Wario voice? Yes, I can. Oh, my microphone was probably muted since I turned it to night because there would have been an M in that. Okay. So, can I do a Wario voice? Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna default to Waluigi. I just know it.
I'm gonna win. This is more Waluigi, I think.
Wario's more like
Wahahaha! Wario #1.
something kind of more like that. A blue Jonas lamp. You know, let's see. Let's see. Lamp, lamp, lamp. Ooh, if I put the M in lamp, I'll mute myself again. You know what we could do since we're already doing creative blocks, there are just different colored creative light blocks. So we could do, that is a 22 light level block right there. Let's just, ooh. Oh, now that, that might be a little, maybe a little red. A little too red. Yeah, a little too red, I think. What about maybe a little more orange? Whoops, I just destroyed the door. You know, that's got a good, like, hot light to it. Yeah. I'm just seeing the comments starting to come in now about the Wario voice. So that's been probably almost a minute. There's a long delay on this. Oh boy. Ooh. 4 obelisks surrounding the death bath. Could let's pop it back to being daytime. Oh, and now it's raining. Oh no. Okay, let's go forward in days until it stops being. Oh, that's even worse. There we go. Four obelisks surrounding the death bath. That might not be too bad of an idea. A lot of the like design elements is going to be up to you when you build your own. This is mainly kind of for the just the block by block section of how to build it mechanically. This is just a little bit of fun decor on it. But I mean, an obelisk on each corner. Ugh, words. That would actually look pretty cool. The one thing I would be wary of with that is to make sure that it doesn't block too much movement or line of sight toward the center here. Because the main thing you're going to want is like drifters being able to get a clear shot straight to you, right? Ah, weather set precipitation to 0. Okay. I mean, we've already fixed it, but there we go. Just in case if we do some more back and forth in time. So what I think I'll do quickly here is we're gonna pop the smaller version here, which is basically the exact same central shaft, just with only these 3 water sources. So this is a design that's an alternative for if you don't have a big hot spring here, because I know a lot of people have like two, maybe a 2x2, a 4x4. Not a very big space on here. So let's pop that. Let's set up a shot for very quick throwing that together, because all the main steps would have been already shown with the first one. Clean this on down here. Base it out. So there we go. And then set that for 5 minutes. And we're just gonna fill this whole thing in here except for a 1x3 section. There we go. So this ends up becoming pretty well the exact same scenario. Let's get that packed dirt. Which one can I replace? Let's just replace that for now. That is what we're going to want for packed dirt, actually, there. So this is just a slightly different kind of section here. Pop those there. And that is the outline of the actual build part there. Now there's one little trick to this smaller version. So for the most part, same exact mechanic there of just trapdoors to lure in the drifters into the pit. It's going to bring them down into a carving chamber. All that same jazz. But what about when they come from every other direction? That's what we got to figure out here. Oh, hey, BZ Hawaii. BZ Kawaii. Wow. Words are getting hard. It's only 9:30. Why am I tired? Yeah, I'm about to put on the 100 Days video and head to bed. Well, that's kind of what it was designed for. Yeah, it's a good good sleep aid apart from the times where I'm screaming and breaking my ankles. I do have a little bit of a voice talent. So this here, we're gonna want to do a little canal around this. So we're gonna build up central shaft there. Temporal Institute goated series. The views aren't really taking off on it, but I will get another episode or two out of that at some point. I've been working on rebuilding the sets. One of them is going to be used in the video that this is some of the behind the scenes for. So there was a huge delay when I lost the maps for the Temporal Institute when I upgraded my computer and forgot to save my my worlds folder. Haha. Lost all the maps. That was oh yeah. a good 2 weeks of good old chiseling, and yeah. But I rebuilt the set, so we should be okay. Yeah. So this part's going to take a little bit of trial and error because I can't remember exactly how far I need to put a water source, a regular water source. Because if something comes from around either any of these sides, right, they might just stand up here, just stand at the walls, moaning, trying to get in. They might not wander over yonder into the Wawa. So we're gonna want, yeah, we're gonna want something a little like so. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think I want to say that that is about where the water comes from to work for what we need. Whoops. Maybe. That might be the spot I put a water source, and that'd be so there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Perfect. So I think that might be what I'd need. So this would just be regular water. I should have built that with an actual I could just turn off the UI, but I should have been building that with my camera properly set. Oh, let's see. Oh, I got it wrong that you're Canadian. I'm sorry. If I got it right, you're probably sorry. Yeah, I'm 100%. I'm definitely Canadian. Temporal Institute should just go full storytelling. No need to do any real teaching. Maybe just let it degenerate into storytelling and lore now. I mean, I was gonna blend the two together quite heavily, so I might. I mean, I'll probably. There's still gonna be the premise of trying to teach, um, but the entertainment part of the edutainment series is definitely the. That's the key right there. Okay, so let's see. I'm just going to let that sit there. I'm going to adjust the other side. Have a shot of that for a couple seconds just so I can throw, maybe text on the screen or something just in that little divot on the left-hand side of the cam. That should be good. Uh, Over the top Canadian impressions, the funniest I ever heard. Oh, for sure, like sometimes you just gotta, get in the car, get out of the bar. Yeah, you in the cabbage now, bye. That could be a quick little 2-minute zoom in. Okay, let's see if I've done my math right. God, dang it, Bobby. Oh, I can't do math. So, let's just get rid of that. There we are. Perfect. So, the water there, yeah, it'll flow all the way around, but it won't flow into the hot water. Sarah, the Canadian voice that I do, it sounds like a Canadian YouTuber. Does it happen to sound like Solston? Okay, that's that. I'm just being a little weirdo now. Okay. Which YouTuber does that sound like? Because I might have come across them. You know, back when Letterkenny was just a YouTube series. If that was, maybe I just saw a lot of YouTube clips. Was Letterkenny a YouTube series when it started? I don't know. Go. So I think that can actually still be our entrance in. Yes, yes it can. Excellent. So that's the main thing that's going to change on this one is just some slightly smaller windows. That's about it. Okay, and this one I'm not going to be as fancy with because it's the little sleek design. That, and I don't know if I'm going to have to show down below very much because there's a good example in the Temporal Institute map of what that inside would look like because it's 90% identical to this one. So I think if I just... just gonna... water, excuse me. Why are you not flowing? What is going on there? There we go. Block updates. Okay, so I mean that's basically where things would go. So exactly the same as the other one. Oh, hey Ash. Welcome to the stream. You just woke up for some reason. Glad you did, but it's a shame because you can't stay awake since you need to work tomorrow. Ah, that's okay. The VOD will be here. This is kind of just a lot of me rambling and figuring out shot composition and everything like that. But it gives you a nice little bit of insight into the disjointed, chaotic brain soup mess that is the filming process, and then, you know, what kind of a polished product the video is going to show up as at the end. I think we are indeed ready to test her out here. Let's get a couple of fancy shots here. I'm just gonna get my guy out of the way. And let's get the camera account doing a couple good you know, glamour shots before we turn the sun off and turn on a storm. Let's move the camera account out of the way. Let's actually do this on the main account, or on the main screen here, so you guys can see a nice Nice big old sweeping shot. Should we have a person inside? Yeah, actually, you know what? The camera account's gonna go inside. That way we got somebody to lure in the drifty boys. Go. Turn them into survival mode. Okay, let's set up the camera points, and then we'll start the temporal storm. So, let's go from right here. Let's turn on clipping or no clip, so I can just start here. Ah, there we go. So I'm going to start here. I muted myself at some point again. Not sure when. I'll get the hang of this. I got to put a different... I need a different hotkey that's not a letter for muting myself, I think. But anyway, got myself starting point at the lantern there, and I think we'll fade on down past here. There we go. Ash, you're loving the brain chaos? Good. Good. That's all this is brain chaos. Let's go here. Put a point there. Let's go down into the water ourselves a little bit. Hopefully there will be some drifters boiling alive in here. We'll go up here, up a little bit further, maybe about there, and then end on a shot with the head, and then a little bit further back there. There we go. Oh, you think the hole might need to be too wide? It'll fit for bears and things like that. Yeah, no, they will get stuck up top. Bears will not sink down. Everything else that is not a bear, should, if it doesn't fit down there while it's alive, it'll sure fit down there once it's not. But I think that is good there. Let's do I'm just going to do like a 30-second test run of that camera path before starting the temporal storm. Just to see how it looks. Okay, a little bit of clipping. On the small one. Oh, you mean for the trough around it? Maybe. It's mainly just if people, if drifters are trying to get right up to the window there, they'll at least get, if they're just standing right here trying to get in, they'll slowly get pushed around, hopefully aggro onto a different window, and then eventually be plop down over to here. Yeah, it's more so just a gentle nudge, because this is just regular, non-harmful water there. But I think I think our camera path is good. Let's turn on. I'm just remembering now to do 2 M's anytime I have to type one in. All right. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a test here. Oh, I can already hear them boiling themselves alive. It's beautiful. Oh yeah, there we go. They're dying to get in. Let's yeah. Oh yeah, we're making drifter soup, all right. Now, the one thing is I don't know if this temporal storm will actually ever end. Since I have time set to moving at like a billionth of the normal rate. Are there any... Don't know if there's any more. Oh, there's Dave. Let's get a nice shot of Dave in the distance there. Yeah. Yeah, that's good for marketing. Look at that. It's a little weird that there was one big wave of a bunch of drifters and now there's nothing. Maybe they need to be carved. Let's just go on in and just take a look at them there. Camera count, let's just go down there. Give ourselves a knife. Not too good on the spoils. So I think I heard something move around once I started carving these guys up. Oh man. The size of Dave. That is a question for the ages. He's got to be infinitely huge because he just disappears. He gets farther from you the closer you get. How big is a mirage? I don't know if we know who named him Dave. I have no idea who named him Dave. Let's see here. Okay. Let's go to... There we go. Clear the camera points. And since time never moves, I don't think the storm's ever going to end. So, let's, there we go. We'll add a day. Manually end the storm. There's a price to be paid for perpetual daytime. Thought you were a drifter. You're just a pig. Oh. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to stop the recording for the camera account because I don't think we need that. I think I got all of the cinematic shots that I needed for this. Let's see. If Dave is that big, think how big Goliath must be. Oh, that... Yeah, that's my kind of humor right there. I don't know if I need any other shot apart from... No, I think at that point, just gonna have like a nice fade out shot. Has this actually been... Guys, I might have to download the VOD for this stream. I just realized the main camera account, or the main, like, this view here, I think I was supposed to hit record as well as go live. I don't think it just automatically does it. I haven't been recording this whole time on this screen. The little camera account, that's been recording. That's saving and rendering right now, so we're good there. I might just have to download the VOD after. Use that. It's not good. Actually, that all that means really is then I'm just gonna have to get that cinematic shot once again on the camera account, because that's the only one I didn't do on there. So I think I should be okay. I might be panicking over nothing. This is all right. Oh God, that's what she said. Wobbly boast. Well, let's see. I think I'm gonna take a good couple minute break here. Gonna grab myself, something to wet the whole whistle. Throat's getting a little dry, so just gonna grab that. So like, grab a snack, grab a beverage or something, and yeah, then the Elgato software should be done rendering all those other camera clips, and I can maybe record a few other cinematic shots, do another temporal test and all that. The building portion of it should be fine. I think I've got that all on the laptop footage. That's, well, the stuff down in the corner there, sitting in the carving chamber. So yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes. So hang tight and have some fun, but don't have too much fun. Does that work? Hey, there we go. We got that transition into the be right back screen. Alrighty. Talk to y'all in a few minutes. Okay. I am back. I'm ready for action. By action, I mean a couple cinematic shots. Yeah. So, let's see. Yeah. So I've now hit the recording button. So it's actually recording the desktop gameplay now. uh, that's fine. I got everything I needed from the camera account. That was just the stuff of me actually building. So, let's get back into first person here. Thank you, thank you. It's good to be back. So, I already cleared that camera point, but we're just gonna set that up again. So, because the original little camera path that we did here did not get recorded. So, put a point there. Maybe actually through the lantern, so I can have a fade in to coming through it. Yeah. Yeah, then we'll come in like that. Yeah. One more point there. And then we'll just kind of go down like so. Into the wet a little bit here. And there. Oop, there we go. There. Whoops. I shoot my mouse into the sky by hitting it with the side of my finger. And then we'll probably just loop around and out like so. Okay, let's see how that looks. Okay, the speed change between points isn't too aggressive, so that's alright. It's a little bit of a slowdown at the end there. Want that to be a little bit quicker. Let's remove the last point. And let's add one here. Let's see if doing that will actually change it. So instead of that last bit being a long section between points, it'll be two smaller points. So says, what, do your best Christopher Walken impression? Well, when the drifters, they come down into the water, you know, I make them boil alive. I'm an angel of death, Chuck. You remember that movie, Click, where he went into the beyond section of the Bed Bath and Beyond? There we go. Okay. I think that is a good camera path, so let's do another Temporal Storm here. Got our old little camera account top where they can be drifter bait. And let's get the old Storm Merino going on. What was that? Next. Temp Storm. And now. There we go. Now hopefully we get a nice slew of drifters coming right up to the thing, but I'm not hearing any. Because I want to get the sweeping shot through the water when there's actually drifters boiling alive in there. Oh, there's some there. Oh, right. There we go. Alright. I gotta reset that. Camera account was in creative, not in survival. Now we get the drifters. Jordan Peterson impression. I'm not too sure who that is, actually. Should I know who that is? Oh, alright, Pamela. Have a good night. Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, there was a couple tips here and there about Chisel Tools. Now, I wasn't watching that entire little foray there. Are there drifty boys down below that I can look at? Where are they? There we go. There we are. Just get a slow manual pan with the not the remote, the mouse. There we go. Oh. Yeah. It's working. It's working. He sounds like Kermit the Frog. Okay. Kermit the Frog here. I suppose for anybody watching the VOD, it's a little late to say this, and this is for future people watching the VOD. Have the chat open, or half the things I'm saying won't make sense out of context. Oh, okay, an academic? Okay. Yeah. Not, there's not too many people doing impressions of, like, TED Talks and stuff. I'm trying to think of any other shots that I could get that would actually benefit this, apart from just, you know what? Yeah, we're just gonna get a kind of a sweeping shot out, just for an alternative option from the. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, we just keep getting distracted. Just gonna get that shot there of the drifters going in. It's always good, even if I don't use most of the shots that I get. It's nice to have the option with extra footage. So I'm just gonna get a cutaway shot to be able to have an alternate option for the camera panning out for the shot that's going to fade back into just being on the projector and then going to like the end scene back at the institute. I do have the footage of it being used on the from the Eisenholm episode, but yeah, no, this one I just want like these particular ones to be shown, so there's not a not a disconnect, unless I just add in a line in the script somewhere of like, and this is from another, or here's from one of our customers, a live use or something like that. I don't know. Let's see. Let's end the storm. There we go. And that way, I can just start from down here and just get a cinematic shot of like going up and flying out. Go so. Add a point there. Camera. Out of that. Way off in the woods somewhere. Bamboo. Behind a rock. So when we zoom out, we won't see the won't see it. And there we go. Extra camera point there. And maybe right there. Okay. And how long? We'll just do a standard 30-second clip. I always like the splash when it just teleports you into the water to start the shot. There we go. And so either the end of that other shot during the temporal storm that was kind of looping around, or this one will kind of zoom out as it'll kind of fade to like a flickering projection on the projector screen in the Temporal Institute. Which I think that is all the shots that I need here. Yeah. Okay. So there's not really much else of anything I'd need here, unless you all want to see the Temporal Institute set and a little bit of behind the scenes there. Let's just save and leave world there. That's going to disconnect the camera account. I've got a lot of different maps on here. Where is Temporal Institute V2? Let's take a quick look there. Eidolon head sold separately, absolutely. All right. So this is the Temporal Institute map. There's a lot of creative test building. So this is like the establishing shot of the outside of it. Chiseled in a little, a lot of detail into the sides of this building. Got the logo and everything. Got a door that gets cut off from most angles. But yeah. I've actually got the set for the third episode of the Temporal Institute ready to go. I've got a nice little extra building there to be shown outside the windows. And this is a little, little pottery studio. Got some raw pottery there. Whole bunch of fired pieces. Yeah. The time of day is not right. I have to change the time of day to get the sun kind of beaming in through here. Kind of light up the space a bit better. But that'll be setting that when I'm ready to film. Here's the cross section of the boiler room. We got that going on. Of course, ooh, a little bit of lag there. Stark white because we're in a lab setting. And this is totally not outdoors. This is, you know, only gonna... Alright, I've got the human skin tones on. Professor Chert doesn't look normal when he's looking all humanish. Gonna have to turn that off before recording on this map. Then I've got a door to what the inside of the 3x3, or like the little small design, the more compact one, it would just look like this. Pretty well, just one side of the other one. Yeah. Then right on over here, I'm starting. Well, I've got the footprint there. I haven't started to do it yet, but I'll eventually make the old set based on screenshots that I've got that I lost in an unfortunate smelting accident. But this is the new little set. We got fluorescent lights in the ceiling here. Those are pretty neat. We got a picture of one of my cats. That's Nova. He has an IQ of 6. He's a good boy. And then we got the projector screen there, so we're kind of just gonna be here. Yeah. Custom chiseled window. That was fun to make. A fake room behind there. And then also just over here. Whatever could this be for? There's a marker there for standing on. There's green screens. Oh, and a different computer room. You say, what is this? Oh. Oh yeah, I did recreate a chiseled copy of an owl chest. Huh. Yeah, these are all my little test pieces. Oh, Resemble Life, thank you. I spent a while trying to get the right look for this fluorescent lighting to look proper. It's do I have grab a piece for a cross section of it. So it's pretty much, it's hollow inside, just the 3 bars of light, and then that's clear. Is that clear glass or is that quartz? That is quartz glass to give it a little bit of a smoky feel, yeah. Okay. Yeah, the lights, the screen, the trim around these, like these are regular bookshelves, and then I added trim there. That's why I had to chisel this owl chest, because the owl chest and this piece of wall are the same block. Same with like chiseled the picture of the cat there. Oh, I missed. There we go. There's a lot of work that goes into these, and not a lot of it is going to be seen because more than half of this room just gets cut off. But yeah, I've got all this extra blank space here, just in behind the facade of a giant building. Wait a second, that's a different brick color. I gave bricks to this top here that's never going to be seen because the camera angle is down there. Oh, and then see fake inside of another building. So it's all film sets. It's all just for show. Here's the here's a design of the chicken coop back when I was thinking of doing side slots instead of underneath. This was like a first attempt at a ground variant of it without being raised up. But yeah. Why are there particles there? Is there a rift? This is a creative world with temporal stability turned off. What's going on? Okay. That's weird. Oh. This part's less exciting. This is a little blue screen area that I used for getting, you know, place a block on there and get a nice blue screen shot where I can cut out the background. That's how I was making emotes for Curzar's server. Yeah. So that's about it on this world. Yeah. Hope everybody had a good bit of fun. Got to see a little peek behind the curtain. Oh man, I chiseled out that path too. I forgot a lot of the details I added onto this. I made this probably a few months ago. This is, I think the design of this building is based off of like the Ontario Science Center or something. Yeah. I think that's about it for this stream. I got all the shots I needed, and well, I'm gonna be heading to bed pretty soon here. So I hope everybody enjoyed. Hope you had a nice little peek behind the curtain here. And yeah, let me know if you want more little casual streams like this, because there's plenty of times, like I was saying earlier on, that I'm just doing monotonous stuff for several hours. It's just gonna get cut into a little montage, like for the between the episodes stuff. Yeah. Ooh, helpful Neko. What's your favorite Revolver Ocelot line? Oh, I mean, there's. Now we talking specifically Revolver Ocelot or Liquid Ocelot? Because that opens up a whole different can of worms right there. Hmm. And there's always just the classic of like, yeah, pretty good. But then there's also, Metal Gear Solid 4, where it's just, brother. It gets pretty good. There's a lot of quotes. Resemble Life +1 casual streams, yes please. It sounds good. I'm glad you guys had fun. I think we might just make a semi-regular thing of this. I don't know if I'll be scheduling any times for them in particular. But, whenever the chance arises to do these, we'll just get ourselves in on a stream and just do what we do. The Mountain Dew. Not sponsored by Mountain Dew. The fact that these exist imply that there's cars. These are to stop cars from driving into the windows. Anyway, you all have a good night. What's going to be the best way to just... yeah, there we go. Gonna just alt off of it and have the professor turn away. All right.